Hi everyone. So one of you requested raspberry cordial from Anne of Green Gables. So the scene is that they think they're drinking raspberry cordial, but in actual fact, Anne grabs the currant wine that's in the back of the cupboard and Diana goes and drinks just a few too many glasses. Now, there are actually a few recipes for raspberry cordial. The one that I have on my blog is basically a mix of raspberry and sugar with just a little bit of vinegar and with some water. And basically you cook it on the stove and it's really, really quick. However, so this is actually my sort of second hobby is I collect Canadian cookbooks. I guess it's one of those things that when you move out of the country, suddenly you start holding on to everything that you possibly can. And so for me, that's Canadian cooking. So one out of many of my Canadian cookbooks, there is one for, it's right here, raspberry vinegar. Now, this book is actually from like the 1970s, but the description is, some of us may have once had this old-fashioned drink and have forgotten it. Remember it when the raspberry season is on. So this is going to take a little bit longer than just half an hour. If you want the simple version, it's on the blog and I'll add a link below. But this is probably the type of recipe that Marilla would have made, so we're going to give this one a shot. Now, when we're making this, we have to remember that 1 quart is 4 cups. Now, you know, you might be able to get raspberries really easily in different countries. The best way for us to get it is in frozen form. So we're just going to use what we can, and we're going to use our frozen berries, and we're basically just going to break down the measurement so it's a little bit smaller in size. So what we're going to do is mash 2 quarts of raspberries in a large glass. Don't use metal. Pour the vinegar on top, cover, and let stand overnight. We're going to wet a jelly bag by dipping it in white vinegar. Place it over a bowl and pour in the raspberry vinegar. We're going to hang the bag, letting the juice strain thoroughly over 2 more quarts of the raspberries. Cover and let stand for 24 hours. Repeat the straining over the remaining 2 quarts of berries. Cover and let stand overnight. Strain the whole through the wet jelly bag until all the juice is extracted. Measure the juice by cups and add an equal amount of sugar. Bring to a fast rolling boil while stirring and boil for 3 minutes. Pour into bottles, cover, and store in a cool, dark place. So when you are ready to serve this, you're going to fill a glass 1/4 of the way full with the raspberry vinegar. And then you're going to top it off with some soda water. Now, the recipe does say that once you've made this, popped into a bottle, you can store it in a cool, dark place and it should be able to last from season to season, which means that every time you want to read Anne of Green Gables, you've got a glass of raspberry cordial to go with it.